Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I got these finger coils. It's definitely my go-to hairstyle when my hair was a little bit more straight and less curly. You're basically creating your own curls. It's a little time consuming, but I'll show you how I get them done. So all the products that I'm using are from the Cantu line, so go ahead and screenshot this so you know which products to use for your finger coils. So you're gonna wanna start on freshly cleaned hair. So what I did was just shampoo and condition, didn't add anything to it. It's drying up a little bit, so we're gonna first wanna wet it up a little more than this. To do the finger coils, your hair has to be really soaked, and that's just so it kind of glides off your finger. So you're definitely gonna wanna section your hair for this. It just makes it easier to work on. And so I start with the Cantu Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream. And that's just so I have a leave-in in my hair. For me, my hair's pretty thin, so I put a lot of product on there. As you'll see, I'm using all 3 Cantu products. It's definitely a little thicker, but I think it really helps me hold my curls for longer. So then I follow up with Cantu's Curl Activator Cream, which is something that I just found, but my hair literally loves. My curls are way more defined and even a little tighter when I use this. So once I have the products in there, I'm definitely gonna wanna have to add more water. My hair dries pretty quickly. And like I said, you want your hair to be really damp. So I section this into an even smaller piece. And this is kind of similar to the shingling method where you want like little pieces and you're gonna kind of force them into curls with your finger. So I added a little bit more water here. And then I grabbed the Cantu Wave Whip Curling Mousse. I don't really have very much left, but I had enough to do this. So I love the mousse because it creates that slip and glide that you need when you do the finger coils. Without that, your finger just kind of gets caught up in your hair and it's not easy. So as you can see, I literally just start twirling my curls, little piece by little piece, and that's because I want more volume. You can also do this in bigger pieces and split up the pieces once your hair is dry. I've seen it done both ways. I do it this way because I don't really have that much hair, so it's easier like this. But if you have thicker hair, a lot more volume, it might be easier to do bigger pieces. And I really want you guys to see just how big the pieces are that I'm taking. They're not too chunky, but just enough to twirl. So as you can see, the ones that I've already done, they're kind of shaped in curls, and that's what you want. Sometimes you run your finger through and they still look a little straight. You can scrunch it from there and it definitely holds its shape a little better. So you just go piece by piece, twirling and twirling. It's pretty time consuming. I want to say the whole twirling process took me maybe about an hour. And that's because obviously I stopped in between because my arms were hurting. But if you have patience, this is definitely a really good style for you, and it's something that you can kind of wear for a couple days. I'm on my 3rd day now with them, and I switch up the look by doing like updos or little side ponytails with it, because like I said, my curls get really defined when I do these finger coils. So as you can see, I've pretty much worked my way through halfway of my head. Again, I'm just hitting it with the leave-in conditioner and then the curl activating cream, and then wet it a little bit more, and then I use the mousse. And the mousse is what's really letting me glide my finger through these curls. Without that, like I said, you'll just get tangled up in your hair. The longer your hair is, also the harder it is to do this because it's a long twirl. And it's okay if you see product, like I know you can see like it's like kind of white and over producty. But at the end, I'm gonna scrunch that up with a towel just to get any excess product off. And it also helps if you use a brush, because once you run the brush through, it kind of sections your hair for you. So as you see, I just ran the brush through and then grabbed little pieces that the brush had kind of evened out for me. So the side of my head's usually easier because I can see a little better. And you want to make sure that the twists are starting from the root, and that's just so you have basically coils when you're done. So this is a really good shot of what the back of my head looks like. I'm pretty much almost done. But as you can see, they've definitely started to curl up as they've been drying. It's almost like a spiral effect, like if you were trying to use like a curling wand or something, like a really thin one, and that's what you want. You really don't want to touch it too much. You want the curls to stay like that, but like I said, you can scrunch a little more and then use a t-shirt or a towel to get any excess product off. And of course, by the time I get to the front of my head, it's basically all dry. And this is where you want to spend the most attention, I guess, because it kind of makes or breaks your face. In the past, I used to finger coil straight back, and obviously when that dries, it's not really cute. So now I try and spiral forward just so I get like bangs or put it to the side. I don't ever really put my hair fully in the front. I don't like hair in my face, but I do kind of have like a little side swoop bang. So I want to keep that with these curls. So I'm finishing up now, and then I took that t-shirt again, got any excess product off, and so there you have it. My spirals are all handmade curls, I guess, and I just let mine air dry. They air dried pretty quick, maybe about 2 hours or so. I was just sitting around at home. So now once your hair is dry, I go back in with an oil. I like grapeseed oil because it's really light on my hair. And then that's when I start kind of pulling my curls down because they've kind of shriveled up, flattening a little bit just so I can get a little bit more volume. And then you can also go in and pick out curls that might have lumped together, which happens when they dry, and some might be thicker, I guess, when they dry than when you're coiling them. So I tend to separate them just to get myself a little bit more volume here. You can also use a pick or your hand and go into the root and fluff it up, and that really brings out the curls. So you're definitely going to give up a little bit of length here just to get some definition, but I love them. I do them once in a while. They've definitely come a long way. Here's a nice little comparison photo of April of last year and then today. Definitely a lot more length and a lot more definition here. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching my tutorial on finger coils. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram.